So the other day, I went to a WNBA game. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? It wasn't that bad. And if I'm being honest, it was pretty good hoops. So in today's video, I want to talk about my experience there and a couple of critiques and a couple of compliments I can give to this. But before we do that, you know what we gotta do. Yo, somebody spin that intro.
Skeleton. Open up my closet, say hello. Then I'll grab my clothes. They just strike a pose. I hit the road, hit a 4 row. A 9 to 5, I'm whipping down a soul. Couldn't ask for more. What you running from? Got a skeleton.
I watched the Connecticut Suns game at Mohegan Sun against the Mystics. And I just want to say, first and foremost, the fact that I couldn't bring my camera into the arena is dumb as hell, okay? Like, they have some policy against a whole bunch of stuff that you can't bring in. Like, that brings me to my first point. The experience is bad, okay? It's not even the gameplay, like, because those girls can hoop. It's the experience. And it started with the fact that I can't bring my camera in to create content. Part of the reason why the WNBA isn't as successful as it could be is because of the marketing. And this just goes into so many different things, like what I was talking about, my experience. So when I got to the arena, mind you, I parked on the opposite side of the arena. Don't ask me why, I did it by accident, but I walked all the way from my car to the arena, and I get there, and they tell me, you can't bring your camera in. And before I could even open my mouth to argue, he said, and if you have any complaints, just look at the board over there. It specifically says you cannot bring the camera in there. And I go look at the board.
Audio, visual recording devices.
I'm just thinking about it though. Like, what could I do with a camera that I couldn't do on my phone? Like, they just dragged it. Now I gotta walk all the way back to my car to put, mind you, the walk over here was already long as this. Then I had to put my camera away and come back. Like, they just, oh my God, that just killed my mood, yo. So, I'm already missing, I already came late. So I missed half of the first quarter just getting there. And then, why wouldn't you want me to bring my camera in? Don't you want me to show people that, hey, the WNBA is actually a good thing to go watch? Like, this is cool, it's lit in here. Because I feel like these girls are out here playing their asses off and they're not getting the appreciation they deserve because, one, it's girls basketball and people have a negative stigma towards that already. And two, the marketing sucks. I watch a lot of basketball, okay? And when I say basketball, I mean NBA. But you asked me to name 10 WNBA players off the top of my head?
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
It could get real wicked real fast. I might have to think long and hard about that one. I could probably do it, but it would be pretty hard, I won't lie. And I could ask a random person to name 10 NBA players, and I'm pretty sure they could do it. But if I did the same thing with WNBA players, 9 out of 10 people can't do it. And that's a gross overestimate, but I'm that confident saying that people don't really know that much about WNBA. And it just comes down to the way it's showcased to us. And I'm at the game, right? And I'm watching, and you can hear a pin drop in there. Like, the atmosphere is so bad. Like, my friend, she plays on the Suns. That's why I went to the game. And I could literally almost yell her name. And I'm pretty sure she could have heard me on that bench. And I just think it also goes into the audience too. Like, you look at the crowd, there's a whole bunch of old ladies and enjoyers of the game. But an enjoyer of the game, they don't actually have to get loud or amped for the sport because they already know what basketball is hitting for. So it's just like, they're just watching it and just like, wow, that's a nice bucket. But like, the energy is a big factor in enjoying a game. Like, you go to an arena, it's supposed to be loud, it's supposed to be chanting. Like, the only thing you heard in that game was defense, defense, and it was a weak chant too. I'm hearing claps off beat. It was bad. It was bad. But with all that being said, I think the WNBA has a lot of potential, and with the upcoming class, with Caitlin Clark, Paige Buckers, Angel Reese, all them girls, are very marketable. You can see that all their advertising, like what the college scene is doing with these girls, the WNBA could be doing too. I saw some stat that the viewership went up, and that's a step in the right direction. Shout out WNBA for getting their average viewer count up. But that being said, there's more. There's another level we could take it to. People fail to understand though that these are pro hoopers. Like, they do this shit. Like, I was watching the game and they're really getting to a bucket. Like, I seen Bonner come down, shot clock winding down. Hey, Trey Fizzy, FaceTime. I'm like, wow, these are real buckets. And I forgot her name, but I seen her do, shot clock winding down, did it behind the back, probably a step in from half court, pulled it. Treyway, like, there was some hype moments, but I'm sitting in the crowd and it's a whole bunch of old ladies, so they're not even getting turned. So it's like, that it didn't get the love it deserved. Feel me? You get some young hoopers, some young girls in there, turn it up another level. Like, I was sitting next to this young girl. She came with her father, and feel me, she was having the time of her life just watching women's basketball. And there's a lot of girls out here that want to pursue basketball at a higher level. So why not get them in those games? You know, turn the energy up, get more eyes on the league. People, feel me? Like, there's so much that the WNBA could do to make this more enjoyable, but it's lacking in some areas. But I do believe that there's a world where WNBA can be, dare I say, profitable. Because if you didn't know, since the inception of the WNBA, they have never turned a profit once. Yes, I know that sounds absurd, and it doesn't sound like a real stat. Just the fact that WNBA is boring. It's not even boring because they're not talented players on the court, but it's just the overall aura of the sport, dare I say, it's not there. And I think another thing that would help it too, like I was alluding to before, is a new generation coming in, but we also need to market it with a superstar. Like the NBA thrives so heavily is because it's a superstar heavy league. Like, there's a lot of superstars in there that people can just watch. There's a lot of people who aren't even fans of teams. They just like players, and watching this player is enough to bring them to the sport. The WNBA, I think it's more a love of the game more than they just want to watch a particular player play. Because you start marketing superstars, give me a little crossover mix. Feel me? I want to see some ankle breakers. Like, just randomly on the timeline. Oh, Breonna Stewart 40 ball. Like, and I need it more consistent too. Like you see the way that they market NBA superstars? Bro, Jason Tatum puts up 50, I promise you, you're seeing it everywhere. Everywhere. 50 ball. And it's memorable too because the crowd's involved and people just like watching good basketball. And the WNBA is exactly that. It's just lacking in a couple areas, but I think that with the right retool, it could be something special. It could be something special. What else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah. Another reason why people don't respect the WNBA as much as they should is because they don't give the girls as much credit as they deserve. By that, I mean they just don't think these girls are that good. I think that's absurd, but I understand why. You know, it's kind of sexist, I will admit, but at the same time, like, growing up, being an elite woman basketball player is rare. I can see some tough dudes hooping, and they're not even NBA talent, but they're really good at basketball. So, growing up, you didn't see a lot of top, or I'm speaking for me specifically, and especially in Connecticut. You didn't see a lot of elite women prospects, so people get the idea that they're not that good. In reality, these women are pros. Like, they wake up and they dribble a basketball. Like, that's literally their profession. Like, I don't understand why people wouldn't think that they're that good. But nah, you watch these girls and they're that good. Like, the shot making is elite. The gameplay is fast. It's tough. It's just below the rim. I wish there were more dunks, but it's good hoops. You know, this is all in my humble opinion, you know. I just talking about things I personally saw and things that I think that would help. But you let me know what you think of the WNBA in the comments below. You know, if you ever watched it, how often you watch it, if you like it, would you watch it, whatever. You know, matter of fact, just say what up in the comments. It doesn't matter. But that's all I got for today. It's your boy LD. I'm signing out. Peace.